welcome to my channel. My name is Natalie. Today we're going to be looking at a very important topic that I get so many questions about, and that is signs you are dealing with a narcissist. I'm going to be showing you 4 unmistakable signs that the person you're dealing with, whether it's in business, whether you're in a relationship with them, whether they are your friends, and you're still trying to understand, is this person really a narcissist or am I being paranoid? By the end of this video, you're going to have the clarity you need. Now, before I start, I want us to know something. Number 1, narcissists come in every shape, form, size, gender. Narcissism is not limited to men only, and it's not limited to outsiders. Some of us have parents who are narcissists. A narcissist does not necessarily mean that this person is a psychopath and they're walking around killing people or doing harmful things. It is just the way they affect other people in their day-to-day life that makes them so toxic to deal with. The first sign that you're dealing with a narcissist is that they have a kind of love-hate relationship. I have seen people have long-term encounters with narcissists, and I've seen the terrible way it impacts their lives. Tricky thing with a narcissist, which always gets people confused, is that one minute they love you, they're showering you with a lot of praise. Actually, that is how they get into your life. They hype you, put you up there, and you just feel like, I'm on top of the world. And then the hate part comes. It's always a love-hate roller coaster emotional kind of experience with them. It's never something steady, right? One minute they love you, another minute they're throwing insults at you, they're trying to tear you down, they're trying to break your self-esteem. I have seen people do this to people. I have seen narcissists at play. It can be very confusing because sometimes the narcissist victim will tell you that they're really very nice and maybe I'm just being paranoid. No, darling, you're not being paranoid. The person has a love-hate relationship with you, which is one of the most classic telltale signs of a narcissist. The second sign, they never take responsibility. No matter what they did, they are never at fault. Someone else is always to blame. A narcissist will rather make you feel that you're at fault, you caused it, you're the reason why they are behaving the way they are behaving. It's not really their fault. They tried, they did everything. In fact, you are the cause of everything. Than take responsibility for their action. Even when it sounds absurd, they don't care. That is just who they are. If you are one of those people who is in a relationship with a narcissist and you're hoping they change, I want you to please throw that idea far into the river Niger or into the river Mississippi, because they do not change. Best thing that can happen to a narcissist is that they become self-aware and start understanding how their behavior impacts other people, but they do not really understand it on a deeper level. You hoping that they change is not going to change anything in their lives. You can't even do that for someone who is not a narcissist. You can't will people to change. It has to come from within them. So I want to advise you, if you are dealing with a narcissist, if you find the signs, maybe in a business partner, maybe in a romantic partner, maybe in a family member, it's time for you to dig deeper and to protect yourself. Number 3, a narcissist is a user. They are takers. They always want to take from you. They want to take money. They want to ride on your influence. Always taking your energy, your time. They're also sort of energy vampires. So everything they do has to revolve around them. It always has to be, what's the need for me? So even when they do something that looks like it's good for you, they gift you, they take you out, there is always an agenda behind it. There is a reason why they are doing it, and that reason is not you. They don't do things just because they love you or anything. It always has to be a taking relationship. They may give, but what they are after is actually bigger than that little thing that it looks like they are giving to you. So watch out. If you're dealing with a narcissist, just check out your life. You'll notice that they're always after something. If you're not careful, especially with the love-hate thing, you will play into their hands and they will take full advantage of you. I know someone who was a victim of this, and she did not realize that this person she was dealing with was a narcissist. The person really took advantage of her. It affected her health, her mental health, her physical health, and everything in her life. It affected her finances, her job, her career, her business, just because one person got into her life. I also know someone who lost her job just because she was dealing with a narcissist. You need to be very careful the kind of people you call friends or the kind of people who are always around you, because a narcissist, which brings me to my last point, number 4, they do not feel empathy. They do not have empathy. And when you understand this, you just realize that any amount of shouting and talking and having conversation is all wasted effort. They do not have that ability to feel bad for what they have done. And so anything you do to try to make them understand the consequences of what they have done, or to understand the impact their behavior has on you, is wasted effort. I'm sorry to tell you this. They may look like they're paying attention, but they really don't get it. They lack empathy. They lack the ability to feel what other people are feeling and to understand. In fact, this is one of the biggest telltale signs of narcissism, of psychopathy, sociopathy, and all these personality disorders that have impact on other people. How do you know that someone does not feel empathy? You see it in the way they talk, you see it in their worldview, you see it in the way they communicate or in the way they act. You can tell that this person does not really have a bigger idea of what to do. They do not act like they have feelings or they can understand other people's feelings, right? And another way to tell that this person lacks empathy is when you communicate with them, are they really able to understand how you feel? Are they really able to understand what you're talking about from a more deeper perspective? They will hurt you, keep hurting you, and they just don't get why you're acting the way you're acting, why you're so hurt, or why you're feeling that way. I did say I was going to share 4 signs, but now I'm going to add one more because this one cannot be missed. The 5th sign that you're dealing with a narcissist is they gaslight you. This is like their signature move. Aside the fact that they never take responsibility, they will gaslight you into believing that you are actually the problem. And if care is not taken, you're going to start believing you're the problem. I remember having a conversation with someone and it spiraled out of control. And this person became really antagonistic. She was attacking me, being insulting. And then, at some point I was like, you know what, I've been trying to play the mature person here, to hell with all of that. And I just got really angry. And when I got angry, now this is someone that had been going on and being so denigrating, and I was trying to bring her attention to it, but she wasn't listening. And so she had gone on and on and on. And by the time I got pissed off, and then I started to talk back at her, and she into the victim, I was shocked for a minute. And she said, oh, see the way I'm just going on. She didn't do anything. She hasn't done anything here. And I'm like, but you were shouting at me a few minutes ago. You were insulting. And I told you that the way you were speaking to me was wrong. And you were not listening. You went on and on and on. In that moment, I was being gaslit. And in that moment, I was being gaslit because instead of taking responsibility for her actions, she switched into a defensive and victim mode and now turned everything around, and it looked like, oh, you're just making all of this up in your head. I didn't do anything. You just woke up and you started getting angry. And the funny part, everything I know about narcissism and gaslighting almost flew out of the window, because the truth is, when this thing is happening to you, if care is not taken, you're not going to know that it's happening to you. And that is why you have to stay informed. That is why you have to watch videos like this, right? And learn and read books to understand this thing, because the awareness is the first way to protect yourself from narcissism, from gaslighting, and from toxic relationships. This 5 unmistakable signs that I have shared with you are going to be very helpful if you want to learn how to protect yourself. Did you enjoy this video? Did you learn something from it? If you did, please like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and share this video with someone who needs to hear this. We need to arm ourselves with information, because that is the only way to protect ourselves. Have you ever been gaslit before? What was your experience like? Share with me in the comments. I'd like to hear from you.